Let you all open all your three eyes.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Nithyananda, Jnana Paddhati Manual, under the guidance of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukhanam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadusham Tattvamasyaadilakshya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is power manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself explaining what is power manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness, Turiyatita, in your whole being and doing. Manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, playing with life, playing with being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Everything decides as you want. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, raising your frequency, not work.
Now let's understand who is Paramashiva. Bhagavan himself has beautifully explained the Paramashiva in all of us.
Paramashiva does manifestation, maintenance, rejuvenation, pulling out of delusion and liberation. He resides in his supreme Paramashiva Swarupa as Ajomuha or Adhomuha, unborn, beyond form, formlessness. His Paramashiva Swarupa. That Paramashiva Swarupa manifests with these 5 faces as Sadashiva, Tatpurusha, Vamadeva, Ahora, Satyojata, Ishana. 5 faces he manifests and does the Panchakritya, Srishti, manifestation, Sthiti, sustenance, Samhara, rejuvenation, Trobhava, pulling out of delusion, Anugraha, liberation. Understand? He does all these 5 jobs. Through these 5 phases. Now listen carefully. Tatpurusham, Vamadevam, Satyojatam, Ahoram, Ishanam. These 5 phases does Panchakrityas. Each phase, each dimension is not just one F-A-C-E phase, P-H-A-S-E phase. It's not just F-A-C-E, P-H-A-S-E. Understand? The creation, not just creation getting created, even sustenance need to be created, destruction need to be created, and pulling out of delusion need to be created, liberation need to be created. Then creation, manifestation need to be maintained. Maintenance, sthiti itself need to be maintained. Destruction, samhara, the rejuvenation need to be sustained, maintained when it is happening. Pulling out of delusion, trobhava, need to be maintained when it is happening. And anugraha, liberation, need to be maintained when it is happening. Those micromilliseconds when it is happening. So understand, Satyojata Murti as 5 phase, Ishana Murti as 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti as 5 phase, Agora Murti has 5 phase, Tatpurusha Murti has 5 phase. So, Tatpurusha Murti has is 5 phase. Agora Murti has is 5 phase. Vamadeva Murti has his 5 face. Satyojata Murti has his 5 face. Ishana Murti has his 5 face. All these 5 Murtis, 5 faces put together is 25 faces of Mahasadashiva.
Bhagavan beautifully explained Paramashiva. Now, who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is a reviver of Kailasha, the ancient enlightenment civilization, the great cosmic borderless nation. Is an avatar from and is a Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has made science of our manifestation, yoga, temple-based university for humanity, Sovereign Order of Kailasha, led by His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, and Nithyananda Order of monks, nuns, Hindu diasporas, are working for global peace to give superconscious breakthrough to humanity. Nithyananda Hindu University, world's largest with extended campus in 150 countries, is collecting, organizing, preserving, time-capsuling, decoding, spreading and reviving 20 million source books of Hinduism and 64 sacred arts, science like Ayurveda, music, dance, sculpting, astrology, Vastu, and many more. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Shamalapita Sarvanyapita, ancient apex body of Hinduism and present emperor of Surya Vamsa Surangi Swamrajyam. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has survived the worst persecution of multiple assassination attempts on person and character by anti-Hindu elements. Beautifully, Bhagavan now explains who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Everything is infinitely powerful. You realize your potentiality. You establish yourself in the completion, space of completion. You are God, that's all. All of us are gods. The first experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360 degree. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience the skin of the stone on rock on which I was sitting and the skin of this body. Both carry me equally. In both I exist equally. Sangha is a place where the tattvas are taught to you, and till it becomes satya, you are supported. Akhadas are basically founded by Sadashiva himself. All is ganas, Shiva ganas. Exactly the word gana means. In your length, breadth, depth, if you are filled by Shiva, you are Shiva Gana. All the Shiva Ganas formed the first Akhada. Later on, much later, Kapila Muni organizes Mahanirvani Akhada. Then all other Akhadas. Mahamandaleshwar of Mahanirvani Akhada, the oldest apex body of Hinduism, I welcome every one of you. What I am teaching is from original Agamas Yogapada
The science very clearly declares, Sadashiva is very clear, manifestation of these powers happen when you experience oneness with Sadashiva. When you choose your Guru, the best thing is find a person who is enlightened, experienced, who can play with energy, who can directly transmit experience to you, and who is in tune with the original Shastras, the source of the knowledge. All the revealed scriptures available about the yoga directly by Sadashiva for you to do research, study, practice, question the people who teach.
The science of power manifestation is a gift to the humanity which is authentic, time-tested, scientific and foolproof. Diksha, or the initiation from His Divine Holiness Nithyananda Paramashivam, makes the science directly an experience for the initiates. The experience is directly authenticated by the Pramanas. The Shastra Pramanas, the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Veda and Agamas. The Apta Pramanas, the experience of the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nayanamars, Alvars and Siddhars, who are the authority of Hinduism, who have scientists who time-tested and verified the science of power manifestation. The Atma Pramanas are the avatar who land on the planet Earth to give a superconscious breakthrough to humanity. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar, personal experience of power manifestation. Shakti Pramanas, or the experience of the millions of disciples, devotees and followers initiated into the science of power manifestation by Bhagavan himself. Pratyaksha Pramanas, or the scientific studies which can be measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. Nithyananda Jnana Paddhati for the power of levitation. Let's go to the powerful cognition for Bhagavad Gita Decoded.
We may think, is it possible really to experience these things? Please understand, I was also in your place. Just because I travelled in the same path, out of courtesy I tell you, honestly this can be experienced. Solid truth, I tell you, this is a promise, this can be experienced. I have no vested interest to convince you about this ideology. Please be very clear. I have no vested interest, yes, except a simple courtesy. All I have is a simple courtesy. Some of your friend is driving a little further in 101. You see the traffic. You just ring up and ask, is there traffic continuously? Can you tell something about how the road is? Will you not have a simple courtesy to tell you, no, there is no traffic, road is clear, only in that area I think little jam. Come, don't bother. Will you not have a basic courtesy to give you that much of guidance or understanding? Please understand, just with that same basic courtesy, I am telling you, it is possible to experience. Never think it is not for me. It is for everybody. It is possible to experience these things, this truth in our life. It is verily possible to experience the cosmic form in our life. Because unless you are sure of the possibility, listening all these things is a waste. Please be very clear. It's such a beautiful, intense thing. If you really don't believe that it is possible, or really if you feel it is not, one more story. If you believe that it is not going to be possible, or it is not possible, don't waste your time unnecessarily listening. It is just waste of time listening. Before listening to these great truths, I wanted you to understand it is possible. The first thing we need to know is it is possible. Only then whatever Krishna says will work on our being. See, when you go out, if you really experience this cosmic form and go out, it's really great. I'll be so happy. Or at least go out with a glimpse of it. Let there be a glimpse when you go out. For that glimpse to happen, if these words of Krishna has to work on you, means first thing you need to be convinced of the possibility. It is possible. It is not just words. Let me tell you openly, directly, I promise from my experience, it is possible. It is possible. First thing. Next thing, what is the qualification? What are the qualification? By giving this experience to Arjuna, Krishna proves there is no need for any qualification. Because Arjuna has no qualification. Neither he took the responsibility, nor he understood completely about the teachings of Krishna. All he did is only one thing. He is fortunate to be in the presence of Krishna. That's all. All you need also only one thing. You should be fortunate enough to be here without being caught in traffic jam. That's all. There are thousands of probabilities. You could have taken today off. Every day I am going and listening the same thing. He may change the words, he tells the same thing every day. Today let me rest. You could have thought, alright, 1 hour driving there and sitting there and coming back, big work. Let me watch TV today. You could have. But and one more thing, there are so many other places to go, more funny. More, you could have had more fun. There are so many other choices. But among all the choices, you chose to be here. That is only qualification. Don't bother, there is no need for any other qualification. One more thing, by you being here continuously after listening these things so many days, automatically your unconscious has started accepting these ideas, these truths. Be very clear, if your unconscious or subconscious doesn't accept these words, you will not come next day. There are so many you will drop. You will not come next day. Somebody came and told me yesterday, Swamiji, nowadays the moment I get up from my bed, I am waiting when it will become 5:30. When it will become evening 5:30. If you are waiting, means all these words have already entered into your being. So trust you are ready. That's an important thing. Please understand. Trust you are ready for this experience. Big problem. Many times, even if they are qualified, they don't trust they are qualified. That's a big problem. Because continuously, these so-called religious preachers have created so much of guilt in you. Continuously they blamed you. You are not qualified, you are doing this wrong, you are doing that wrong, you are doing this sin, you are doing that sin. Continuously you are blamed, disrespected. Because of that, you lost confidence about yourself. You lost faith on yourself. Now, if you after listening so many days, again you are here, that itself is a solid proof your unconscious has accepted all these ideas. Consciously you may fight. What he actually wants from us? Why is he sitting every day and talking? Consciously you will never be able to surrender. That struggle will be there always. That struggle will be there always. But you being here proves your unconscious has already started enjoying these ideas. You are fortunate to fall in tune with the great thoughts of Krishna. And especially if any of you, when you get up early morning, if you think, when it will become 5:30, let me go to temple. If you have that thought, be very clear, you have completely fallen in tune with these great thoughts. After these slokas, we will enter into a meditation. At least let us pray to the Parabrahma Krishna to give us a glimpse what he gave it to Arjuna.
With that powerful cognition, let's go to the Shastra Pramana for power of levitation.
Levitation is taken from the Jnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 82, Dharana 57. Asane shayane stitva niradharam vibhavayan swadeham manaksikshine shanadakshina sayo bhavet asane shayane stitva niradharam vibhavayan swadeham manaksikshine shanadakshina sayo bhavet.
Jnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 82, Dharana 57. Bhagavan Paramashiva says, being situated on a comfortable seat or on a bed, firmly cognize that your own body is without any support or base. From anywhere it is resting on nothing, and holding this cognition, when the mind becomes worn away and thoughtlessness arise, then in an instant one becomes weightless and experiences the space beyond the mind. Here beautifully Bhagavan says how the experience can be experienced by everybody. It is not just him, but each and every one can experience. When Buddha got enlightened, 10,000 people also followed him and in the space of enlightenment. Bhagavan says that it is not the power of the devotee or disciple he gets enlightened. It is the power of the Bhagavan, the avatar. He makes the disciple mature into the enlightened space. It is power of the Buddha. He gave enlightenment to 10,000 people or more. It is how the mantra has the power. Mantra is like a tablet. You don't have to be educated to take the tablet for it to have the effect on you. Whatever education, or you have not even studied any word, still the tablet is going to act on you. Same way Bhagavan says, such powerful cognitions will start happening when you live around the master. They even say even the asuras and birds and animals get enlightened just by staying in the vatavarana around the master in physical presence, in the physical training places where he has constructed for the enlightenment space. It's just as simple as that, to surrender your whole cognition and start living your higher reality that you are Paramashiva. Again and again surrendering your lower reaction and reactory thinking and just establish yourself as divine. When you start using all the Charyapada, Yogapada, Kriyapada and Jnanapada to establish that you are divine, you are Paramashiva, simply the Paramashiva space opens up in you and manifests as powers by the Guru's grace. It is only by his grace even experience enlightenment.
Apta Pramana. Levitation Shakti to levitate banyan leaf from the palm. Source from Nayanar Periyar Puranam. verse 806 to 815. At Madurai, on seeing the number of people visiting the place to meet Jnana Sambandar, the Sammanagal Jain Mars became jealous and brought this to the notice of the king, who immediately issued order to put a stop to this. The Jain monks challenged the power of Sambandar and lost the first two tests. They wanted a third test. They wanted Punalvadam or debate. Sambandar did not intend to oblige as she felt that the truth had already been proven twice. The third time was unnecessary. To convince everyone, Sambandar declared that if they lost the third time, the kid would punish them in any way he wanted. So Jnana Sambandar accepted. Everyone went to the shore of Vaiga river and the Jain monks wrote their mantras on the palm leaf once more and put them in the river. The leaves floated away due to the current of the river. Sambandar did the same, but the leaves went against the current and came back. The power of Sambandar's inner space to Paramashiva simply manifested as reality. The Apta Pramanas are the authorities of Hinduism who have verified the signs of power manifestation that is really seen in Sambandar's life. Now we'll go to Atma Pramana.
The next initiation is levitation. Psychological levitation and physiological levitation. These two are the powers related to Sahasrara. Before the initiation, you have to finish the samskara dahana kriya. Means you have to burn all your pain patterns. Listen carefully. I am explaining the principle. When you breathe with thinking, means your breathing is happening, thinking is also happening. That is called prana. Your breathing is happening, thinking is not happening. Like in the deep sleep, the night, deep sleep, your breathing will happen, but thinking is not happening. That is called samana. Now, even while you are awake, I am going to infuse samana in you. Listen carefully. While you are breathing and thinking together, the process is called prana. While you are breathing but not thinking, example is the midnight deep sleep, when you don't even have a dream. You are breathing, but you are not thinking. That process is called samana. Now, I am going to infuse samana in you even while you are awake. While you are awake. So naturally what will happen? Your whole psychology will become so light, you will feel like it is flowing, it is floating on the air. When the psychological levitation happens, automatically physiological levitation starts happening. Means the body will start jumping. Then the physical levitation, it will raise and be there in the air for quite a few minutes. Understand? This is a 3-step. Psychological levitation, feeling so much of lightness. You will feel as if your whole being is floating. Second, physiological levitation means your intra-organs will become light and it will start jumping. Like a equivalent to your weight, the samana will get filled in you. So it will jump, but in few seconds you will fall back. It will jump and you will fall back. That is physiological levitation. Then comes physical, means more than your physical weight, the samana energy will stay in you. So for that many seconds or minutes, you will be able to be in the air. And don't think, I don't think I cannot levitate. No. Anyhow, you are not going to. I'm going to make it. So you just be free from your idea of whether you can or not. If you can sit in Padmasana, that will be great. If you can't, listen carefully. If you can't sit in Padmasana, sit in Ardha Padmasana. If you sit in this posture, you will not doubt whether you are lifting or it is doing it by itself. In this posture, you can never lift yourself. Even normally, you cannot lift yourself. In this, surely you can't lift yourself. In this, any moment happens, it is only because of Kundalini.
Shakshi Pramanas are the initiated disciple devotees all around the world experiencing the power of levitation. Here, the devotee is trying to use a deity instead of the banyan leaf to decrease the weight and levitate the deity. And the manifesting power of levitation, Shakti, should levitate the banyan leaf from the palm, raise about 2 centimeters, as a group try to do with 5 people or individually. Now we'll go to the instruction for manifesting this power of levitation.
Pratyaksha Pramana, scientific studies, what can be measured, measuring the effect of being in enlightenment state. The science of levitation. Fundamentally, levitation on Earth requires an outward force that counters the massive gravitational force of the Earth. In physics, levitation of objects has been performed using magnetic forces, electrostatic forces, gas, etc. One of the known techniques uses materials called diamagnetic materials, which induces a magnetic field in a direction opposite to an externally applied magnetic field. This is an aspect of quantum mechanics, whose effect occurs in all materials. The concept of diamagnetics has also been applied to small, water-containing biological systems like mice, which have been levitated at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. Michio Kushi, born in 1926 in Japan, introduced macrobiotic diet to the West, was seen levitating in front of a group during one of his presentations by a participant, Keith Vernam. Keith Vernam reported what Michio Kushi had to say about levitating. Levitation is very easy. It is a natural, simple process. You all can do it. The technique is to simple one's mind and clear consciousness. One must eliminate ego and self-absorption and the awareness of the small self. When the awareness of the personality is gone, along with the self-concern and limited beliefs, one can move with the natural laws of the universe. One can utilize the electromagnetic wave energy that moves between the earth and the sun, moon, planets, and all the heavenly bodies in the universe. Source taken from Avatar Shastra, Chapter 10, Science of Miracles, page 194. The Science of Levitation. His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam shares, levitation, Kundalini awakening, everything happens just through this great truth of entanglement, nothing else. When this entanglement happens, I just give my inner space to you, which is lighter than the outer space. See, there are 3 kinds of spaces. 1, Katakasha, your inner space. 2, Chitakasha, the space in which your body is sitting. And 3, Parakasha, the cosmic space. If your inner space is heavier than your outer space, you will be glued to the ground. All I do is I make your inner space lighter than the outer space by removing the mass. For those few seconds, you are in entanglement with my inner space, which is purest consciousness. The Katakacha compromises the entire human body, which in turn is made up of 50 trillion cells containing mostly water. 70% of the body is water. At a molecular level, all structures of the human body are composed of atoms and subatomic particles. At atomic and subatomic levels, all atoms are 99% space and 1% mass. However, the space is not empty, but contains energy in the form of strong interactions and electroweak forces. These vast, apparently empty, but energy-containing spaces constitute the Chitakasha, infusion of Kundalini energy into the apparently empty space within the atom. Chitakasha changes the electron orbital into a higher orbital, increasing the empty space of each atom. This creates a larger volume for the same mass, allowing the body to become relatively lighter than before, like the expansion of a helium-filled balloon. The more helium, the lighter, and it flies away. The Chitakasha is ultimately the same as Parakasha. The only dividing line between the form and formlessness is the Katakasha, the body boundary. Source taken from Avatar Shastra, Chapter 10, Science of Miracles, page 202.
Setting up the object for the power of levitation for levitating the banyan leaf on the palm. Get the camera with the timestamp, Jnana if you have it, banyan leaf or any tulsi or bilva or betel leaf would be very good. Set up the camera, download the timestamp app, click on the video, ensure the timestamp is shown on the screen very clearly. Make sure the camera is facing you and it's a bright space, and don't miss recording all these few beautiful moments. Guidelines to manifest the power. Turn on the video recording, apply the Jnana in your third eye, bring your awareness, place the banyan leaf on your palm with the group of 5 people to start with, and then you can do individually also. On a flat surface, the palm should be resting on a flat surface and no movement of the palm should be there. Sit a little far away from the palm and do not touch or do anything to the bilva leaf during the manifestation. Once you placed it, do not touch it. Through your third eye, start manifesting the power of lifting the bilva leaf. If the bilva leaf is lifting off by 2 centimeters above the palm, then you're manifesting perfectly. If you're just feeling the vibration, it's just moving across your hand, make sure there is no fan or any wind out there. It is very quiet. And be very clear that you are manifesting if you're feeling the vibration and if you're seeing that movement of the leaf on the palm, or just the heat you're feeling. Excellent. Celebrate these few things, even though it is very small, to start understanding you are manifesting the power of levitation. Once you start celebrating, you'll be in the depth of manifesting huge powers. Verify the video authentically and share the video with powerful cognition with others, and listen to others' experience of manifesting this power.
Power manifestation instructions. Let's sit straight, the head, neck, and back in a straight line, so that beautifully the Kundalini energy raises to the Agnya where the manifestation happens. Usually our awareness is on Muladhara, Swadhisthana, and Manipuraha, where navel center, your below navel center. Here, bringing the awareness to your third eye and sitting straight will give us amazing possibility of power manifestation. Now let's understand few words that Bhagavan is repeatedly using. Shakti Pada, oneness, be unclutched, initiation. So here first we will See in Bhagwan's words, what is Shakti Pada?
Let me give an introduction about what is Shaktipada process. Please understand. You would have seen or heard about how the chicken sits on the egg and hatches. Of course, in the modern countries, this does not happen. Machine sits on the egg and our egg sits on the machine. In those days, originally when hens and chicken were getting produced on the planet Earth, the hen used to sit on the chicken and hen used to sit on the egg, and the chicken will come out of the egg. See, same way, Sadashiva, sitting means the ultimate cosmic energy sitting on the individual soul and making the individual soul into cosmic energy is Shaktipada. Hen sitting on the egg and making the chicken happen, same way. You may think, how come, what is going on here? That hen is only sitting just by the body heat of the hen, the egg is becoming chicken. Because no surgery is done and nothing goes inside. It's only sitting. Same way, it is just sitting. It's only the presence. The Shaktipada makes the individual soul into cosmic soul.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained Shaktipada, how individual soul becomes cosmic soul. And let's listen to initiation.
You see, let me explain the initiation. Initiation is the process beyond your intellectual understanding. The transmission of lamp happens. Now, you understood something intellectually. There is something which is not understood, which can't be transmitted through the words. That is transmitted. That's what we call initiation. Sometimes I tell people that unless you are initiated, the techniques do not create the result. The reason is you do not grasp completely whatever is expressed through words. Initiation is like it just transmits whatever need to be transmitted beyond logic and beyond words. People ask me why to wear this bracelet or this mala and all those things. This all will remind you. Why bracelet in the hand? It will remind you, before eating, did you meditate? It's a constant reminder. Before eating, let you be reminded, did you do the meditation? That is why this bracelet. That is why this mala. That is why this external things. Sometimes these external things does a big job of reminding you constantly. That is why take the help of external things also, nothing wrong. People ask me, why we can just be spiritual without having external things? If you can, really you are welcome. But I don't think anybody who speaks in that way is successful. I've never seen people becoming successful avoiding the external things, just having internal things. And it is just a nice way of escaping from yourself.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained initiation. Let's listen to be unclutched. What is to be unclutched?
The thoughts, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Because the gap between two thoughts is too small. The neutral space between the two thoughts is too small. You think all the thoughts are connected and it is in the shared form. It is not. By your very nature, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Between every thought, you experience a neutral space. When you change the gear, whether you go from neutral to 1 or 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 or 4 to whatever gears you may change, but every time you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to the next gear. Even if you want to go from 2 to 3, you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to 3. Same way, between every thought, you experience a neutral space. You experience a neutral space between every thought. Between every thought. That neutral space, that silence is what I call peace or bliss. The peace which exists, the bliss which exists already in you, between every thought, the gap of the thought, the gap between the thoughts, that neutral space is the peace, is the bliss. When you understand you are unconnected, independent, illogical, and unclutched by your very nature, you will start experiencing the neutral space in you, neutral space which exists in you. You will start living from moment to moment in spontaneity. You need to understand one more thing. This technique of being unclutched, it does miracles in your being. In the body level, or in the mental level, or in the being level. In every level, when you understand the truth, by your very nature, you are unclutched. The tremendous quantum transformation. You take a quantum jump. The transformation happens in quantum, not step by step. Just one jump. You take a quantum jump and experience the truth awakening in you.
The oneness space is the most beautiful space that Bhagavan himself is explaining how we are ferocious. Beyond the tiredness and boredom, we can experience the space of oneness and be unclutched.
Oneness is not imagination. Oneness is not visualization. Oneness is not even just declaration. It is your existence. An idea which is you is oneness. The idea which has become part of your very space, which does not tire you or bore you by the passage of the time, is oneness. Mahadeva says in the Agama, Sadashiva beautifully explains in the Agama, Kala, Yama cannot tire you or bring boredom to you if something becomes your space. Devi achieved the blissful state and union with Mahadeva on Shivaratri day because our space became oneness. Anything which brings tiredness or boredom has not yet become your space. If living in this body brings you tiredness and boredom, you are not going to be living in this body forever. When that becomes too much, you are going to drop it and move ahead. If you want to be in oneness forever, it should become part of your space. Means you should become ferocious with you and break this very tiredness and boredom. Only when you deal you with the ferociousness, you break the tiredness and boredom. With that ferociousness, you need to make oneness as your space. Anything stands as an imagination in the length level, visualization in the breadth level, declaration in the depth level. If you open your time with ferociousness, it just sinks into space level. With this ferociousness, the time layer in you opens, and the oneness from imagination to visualization to declaration, it becomes your space, the way of existence.
The most important, Bhagavan says, being unclutched, understanding the Shakti Pada, the oneness space, and chanting the Mahavakya. The Mahavakya, the power of the Mahavakya, pushes you into the higher states of consciousness. Here, Bhagavan himself explains how we can experience the Shakti Pada, raised higher consciousness, through Mahavakya.
It's one of the very important revelation by Sadashiva. All the electronic equipments work when the electrons are made to vibrate. That happens by the light. When the electricity is supplied, the light particle vibrates, the electronic equipment starts working. Just like that, the spiritual power and the umbilical cord connection, spiritual umbilical cord connection between you and me, it works with sound particle. For example, my integrity with the cosmos, Sadashiva, Mahasadashiva, it reverberates in certain level of frequency. When you are integrated to me, you also start reverberating in the same frequency. If your integrity goes down, that is when you start connecting with me only as a manager or this organization head or your Purvashram father, mother. Your connection with me goes down to the lower level if the integrity gets reduced. I was wondering, what is the way we can bring people to the higher integrity immediately and the feeling connection? So they start manifesting the powers. They start staying in the space of Sadashivatva. Sadashiva revealed a beautiful sound. I can tell you, this is like a password. At any point, if you are not able to bring yourself to oneness, you are a little shaken, disturbed, or for some reason, you are not able to bring yourself to oneness. This is like a password. You type, whether your mind feels connected or not, the energy will start flowing in you beyond the depth dimension. You see, all mind oscillation, restlessness, all mental idea-based feeling connected or not feeling connected is only length, breadth, depth level, not in the space level. But this sound will straight infuse energy from the space level. Like, for example, if the power goes off, automatically the generator will get switched on and the power supply will be going on. So end result will not be lost. Whether government power supply or the generator power supply, end result will not be stopped. So whenever you feel little that oneness is You are not catching it. Just feed this password. Immediately the oneness will open up and you will start manifesting the powers, energy, and the whole space will shift. It is directly from Sadashiva. It's a beautiful sound. I don't even want to say it's a mantra. It is not even a mantra because there is no meaning in it. You can't derive a meaning for it. It just flashed like a password for all the initiations I am giving. One single password for all the initiations I am giving. And the initiations I gave, I am giving, I will be giving. For all that. This is like one password. Don't even repeat like a mantra. Just feed like a password. And it will just open up. Your whole being will open up. Listen carefully. It starts with the vibration Om. Listen and then repeat. Om. Very deep. Om. Nithyananda. Nithyananda. Maha Sadashivoham.
So Bhagavan gave beautiful explanation of how you can be in Shakti Pada. Visualize Paramashiva who has come down as Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam from Kailasha. Remembering Paramashiva in your third eye. Again and again, bringing your awareness to your third eye simply makes you manifest powers. Absolute unclutching. How Bhagavan said, the neutral zone. Nothing ever touches the screen. Like same way, the movie does not touch the screen, whether it is happening in ferocious or any soft, beautiful, nothing touches the screen. Be unclutched like the screen. And to experience the state of Paramashiva, your inner space being completely unclutched. Complete completion to experience the space of Paramashiva. Inside us, the complete completion happens when we are in tune with Paramashiva. That everything is redundant and irrelevant. The essence of completion is irrelevant. Nothing matters in your life because everything is complete completion. Oneness with Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, in ferocious breaking the boredom and tiredness, just being in the space of oneness with Paramashiva to manifest the powers of Paramashiva. Tyaga as Paramashiva is your only strength, now declaring complete integrity with Bhagavan to experience the being of Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, chanting the Mahavakya raises your frequency and that is your only strength to manifest any reality. Being in this beautiful space of Paramashiva, you can experience such a beautiful space, state, powers, and becoming the being of Paramashiva, manifesting whatever you want. Now, you will be manifesting the powers, watching the oneness capsule, and chanting the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. We'll be playing the Mahavakya and the oneness capsule for you to manifest powers. At end of the Mahavakya, you can start with the verification and sharing and causing. Thank you.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda
Verification process for lifting the leaf on your palm 2 inches above. No video editing should be done, or no stopping and starting the video during the process. All verification should have timestamp and wide angle view showing there is nothing next to it. If the body is pulsating too much or moving too much, settle down. Do not use the logical way to lift the banyan leaf or any other leaf on the palm, or external things to lift the banyan leaf on your palm. Make sure the surface is flat and not tilted that the leaf is falling off. If the banyan leaf on your palm is flying in air for 2 centimeters above your palm, above the ground where you're keeping your hand, you are fully levitating. You should be able to move your hand freely above and below the leaf to show there is no string attached. Authentically, only the banyan leaf should move by itself 2 centimeters above, not you trying to do any hand trick or vibrate or do anything for it to move. Thank you for participating in this power manifestation.
Beautiful. We are at the end of the power manifestation, but most important part of the power manifestation. Here, we are going to share all that you have manifested with the social media groups. Here we have Sri Kailasha Kotyar Manifesting Power groups. Thousands of people are part of that. And you can share there and you can post your powerful cognition and the videos. The link is tinyurl.com/power manifestation. It is at the left corner of the page. You can click on it and you can post your beautiful experience in the power manifestation group. Why sharing and causing is very important part of power manifestation. Bhagavan beautifully explains that sharing is pulling us out of delusion and causing is liberating us. We are the ones who need to start experiencing the higher states of reality, how we need to exist. Beautifully, Bhagavan explains when you are sharing with others the ultimate beautiful multidimensional logic, your brain rewires into the higher space of consciousness, the Turyatita state. Again and again, when you experience even a little bit, you share with the world, your experience becomes reality. Same thing when you cause others to come and get initiated for higher reality, you are caused into the higher purpose, the ultimate reality. Bhagavan says extreme causing, extreme power manifestation is extreme causing. So beautifully he explains how our strength is declared on Paramashiva. The power manifestation happens exactly in tune to that. And sharing with the world, continuously reiterating ourselves the experience that we had from the powerful cognition and manifesting the space of Paramashiva, the state of Paramashiva, the beings of Paramashiva, we become Paramashiva. Go on sharing and causing, which is the most important part of how you have experienced your reality. When you go to a temple, we pray and we see that beautiful experience happen in us, and then share with the world that how amazing the temple experience has manifested as your reality. Same way, when you manifest powers, when you share with the world, it becomes more and more the depth cognition of you, and you will be experiencing more powers. Even if you're manifested very small, it does not matter the quantity. Bhagavan says the quality is important. If it is authentic, please go ahead and share with the world. Do not doubt, have self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred come and block anything. Experience the ultimate in deep seeking and gratitude. Bhagavan manifest in you with a deep prayer, that asking Bhagavan to make this reality as your existential reality. With that, let's end with the Purna Mantra. Thanking Bhagavan for all these great experience. We have come to the end of the power manifestation course, and we end with the Purna Mantra. Om Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhavate Sri Nithyananda Parameshwaram Paduka Arpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you for participating in the Jnana Paddhati, Nithyananda Jnana Paddhati course. Please go ahead and select more power manifestation and every day experience the ultimate reality for yourself. Nithyananda.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivu